Let's see what madness you guys sent me this month. Alright, first up we have Moral Collapse with Divine Prosthetics. Out of India. Off to a good start so far. Getting a little technical. A little bit of... a couple of different things. I hear like Sadist mixed with Portal mixed with something else too. This is pretty sick. I'm digging this. Some kind of progressive leanings in there too. Hans Grossman on session drums, notably. If you're not familiar with him, he does a lot of stuff. He's been in Obscura, Alkaloid. Basically, name a like tech death or progressive death band, he's been in it. Yeah, this sounds really sick. Good mix of a lot of different things that I like. Like, it's riffy, it's heavy, drums sound great, but like it's also dissonant, also a little bit complex and chaotic. I approve. Good groove to it too. Yeah, that sounds really dope. These riffs really are reminding me of something else, and I just can't quite put my finger on what it is. Yeah, that's wicked. Wicked stuff. Off to a very strong start there. Definitely check them out. That is Moral Collapse with Divine Prosthetics. I got no feedback. Like, this sounds awesome. Right, then we have Korecha with The Ancient Wisdom of Lost Generations. Out of New York. A harsh lens on history's heroes and Egyptologists through brutal progressive melodeath. Off to a strong start already. This sounds pretty cool too. Drums sound great again. Little, if you're listening to headphones too, they've got some different stuff going on with the balance. There's a little like acoustic like Spanish guitar that went off just on the left side. Lots of layers here. There's also this like backing vocals. Very dramatic. This goes back to 2021, but I'm always a fan of discovering stuff that I totally missed. Interesting cover art, too. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Big dramatic intro. A little bit of doom in this one too. Great atmosphere. Good transition to the melodic death metal hooks. Very kind of dark tranquility at the gates. Like the raspier vocals too. Yeah, this sounds amazing. Like, holy shit. Sounds great. Again, I got no feedback other than turn it to y'all watching. Get the word out. Share this stuff. Get it in some TikToks. I don't give a shit. Whatever gets the word out. But yeah, check out Korecha with The Ancient Wisdom of Lost Generations. Then we have Froglord making a return with Sons of the Froglord out of Bristol, UK. Cover these guys a bit now, and I hear more and more people talking about them, so that's been good. For you classic Doom freaks out there, you Black Sabbath fans who also love amphibians. Just big, groovy, sludgy, swamp doom. Obey the Frog. Guitar works all's fun. I feel like this would be a good pairing with last month's King Gizzard album in some ways. Different types of albums, but there's enough of like a through line there. Reptiles, amphibians, buzzy riffs, cooking solos, road racing. What a title. That's great. Got my head bobbing. They never fail to do that. That's our guy right there. I feel like this project keeps getting better and better too. Like production-wise, this is definitely the most like ambitious and mature sounding record so far. So yeah, this one just dropped as I'm recording this, but by the time you're watching this, it'll have been out for like a month already. Yeah, check out Froglord, Sons of Froglord. Take out the, it's cleaner. Alright, next up we have Dirty Audio Machine with Only Fury Remains. I like this cover art. British Columbia. A little muddier production on this one. Raw and aggressive brand of groove metal. Alright, definitely raw. Feels like a demo out of the 90s. Ooh! Death vocals in there. Now, I appreciate some raw production, but I don't really like muddy. And this feels a little bit muddy, so I think I could gloss it up a little bit. Oh, it's kind of fun. Feels maybe a little generic. Again, that's just me sampling a few seconds so far, but... Okay. Cool transition there. Vocals a little loud in the mix, too. Yeah, especially there. Like, pull the vocals back a little bit. I think most of my feedback has to do with the production, but... just think too about like how can you make your project stand out a little bit more. So all these riffs just feel kind of like dime a dozen. Like they work. But it's just not stuff I see myself kind of like remembering later. Stuff I'd probably bang my head to at the show and then completely forget about. But I like the mixture of vocals. I like the overall energy. And honestly, we could use some more groove metal these days. This genre used to be like top of the heap, and now you barely find it at all. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Dirty Audio Machine with Only Fury Remains. Then we have Watership Down with Death is a Dignitary. Interesting cover here. Out of Cookeville, Tennessee. I lived in Tennessee for like 5 years, in the Memphis area. Ooh. Oh yeah. Like the aggression, like the atmosphere. I really like those vocals. What did you call this? What's in the tags? Metalcore, breakdown, hardcore, new metal, shoegaze in there too. Definitely reminds me of some of the stuff I was listening to in the 2000s. Okay, I'm feeling the new metal influence on this one. Now that's more metalcore, that riff right there. Very 2000s metalcore there. Little breakdown. This is kind of fun. Very nostalgic for me. It's so, like, interesting to listen to this now, because there's, like, no music like this anymore. And this used to be, like, the big thing. They've got their own unique twist on it, too. I feel like if this had come out, like, 2000, 2001, like, this would have been big. At least in the scene I was running in. Yeah, I like it. Like, there's probably some things you could tighten up with the production a little bit. But overall, I kind of like the presentation. I really like just the ferocity and kind of animalistic nature of the vocals, too. Yeah, cool stuff. Thanks for sharing. Watership Down. Death is a Dignitary. Alright, we have Hasard with Malivore out of Italy. And Voidhanger Records. They've always got good stuff. Love the album art. Very creepy body horror stuff. Avant-garde black metal in the tags. Oh yeah, this is that cavernous, atmospheric stuff. Gnarly. Long songs too. 11 minutes. Oh yeah, this is stuff that just like melts my brain. Stuff I want to like lay down and listen to in the dark. And by the end of it, I feel like I would just die. Like, I wouldn't do anything. I would just, like... They'd find me in the corner, would be like... He just died. He's just dead now. We don't know what happened. He was listening to this. This is like The Ring. Except a avant-garde black metal album. 7 days, you will die. Except you don't get 7 days. You just get till the album ends. If you're lucky. Yeah, my only thing is, like, when stuff is this dense, it can get a little berating. Like, I even used to have some of that issue with, like, Ulcerate, but I feel like that's not quite as dense as this. So definitely not for the normies out there. I could see myself giving this a spin, though. It's definitely something that's hard to kind of showcase here, because these albums usually go through kind of more subtle, gradual changes over time. So when I'm jumping around, so, like, you know, things change. It sounds cool, though. Definitely enough to intrigue me to listen to more. So yeah, that is Hasard with Malivore. Alright, we've got ufoufoufo. Ufoufoufo. I just did this one last month, so you'd think I would have gotten better at this. I still haven't. But, I covered them last month. They recommended I do something more recent, which is probably what I should have done to begin with. But yeah, this is their most recent release from June. Probably the one they wanted me to cover, but somehow the link took me straight to that other album. They're a California band. Solo project, I should say. Melt Banana in the tags. Chaotic, Hardcore, and Animal Crossing in the tags. This definitely is a step up. Still weird. Those vocals, especially. I want to know how you're recording those vocals. Like, what is that? It's interesting. I do love this album art. Tom Nook has claimed ownership rights to our idyllic island society. That capitalist fucker ought to pay some dues of his own. Menami Manao Mao Mrao. So apparently this is like a Animal Crossing themed experimental album. Oh, I like this little crusty part here. Yeah, very... You want unique, this is where you're gonna get it. Also like math rock, Nintendo core, math punk, hardcore in the tags. I could see some Animal Crossing characters getting down to this. The more like hipsters on the island. It's like, bro, you listen to that that mainstream island radio shit, this is where it's at. Kind of a, you know, Mr. Bungle flair to it. Definitely some, like, more experimental Mike Patton vibes. Yeah, interesting stuff, as always. So yeah, that is ufoufoufo with We Are Mare. We've got BioMend with the Abysmal Plane. From North Carolina. This cover, man, reminds me of being on like Newgrounds. Those were the days. In science class, when you were bored, you had computer access. Until they blocked it. The teachers got wise. I don't even know what to say about this. This is weird, gnarly, avant-garde, gents, extreme metal. Definitely going its own way. I could see where maybe production-wise you could tweak this a little bit, but it's almost like it's imbalanced for what it is. So I don't know. Maybe leave it alone. Definitely, again, not for the normies here. We got some weird stuff on today's list. Like this bass part here. That weird punchy drum. Whoa. It's a concept album, too. Okay, vocals definitely too loud on this track. That bass groove is very Primus. That little melody, too, a little hook, it's weird. I don't know, I'm intrigued. Yeah, these vocals are too much, too loud. Everything else, though, is kind of interesting. Weird. So yeah, that is that is BioMend with the Abysmal Plane. Right, we have Clot with Grief Tethers. Nothing's ever gonna change, we can make this right. Out of Atlanta, Georgia. Like the cover art. Gnarly. Reminds me a little bit of Violent Life, Violent End. Violent Death, I think. Violent Life, Violent Death. Angry. This is that pissed off shit. Good chuggy little groove to it too. Let's try a Trauma Bound. Full album drops July 21st. Kind of like blackened hardcore. I'll often refer to stuff like this as, which I like. Honestly, I like things that add blackened elements to them more than like pure black metal a lot of the time. Like thrash, for instance. A little sludgy too in places. Definitely aggressive, very violent sounding. A little bit of 90s sentiment in there too. Kind of noise rock stuff on this one. Maybe some like Jesus Lizard in there. They say black and grindcore. Yeah, I dig it. Very dark, decrepit, ugly shit. Good mix of styles. Yeah, no feedback on this one. I think it sounds good. It's Clot with Brief Tethers. Then we got Blutzukker with Remedy, the metal version. This is a cover, as I recall, out of Dusseldorf, Germany. It's an interesting choice for the cover. Not my thing, really. It's interesting. Brick metal. Well, that's new. This isn't a song I've listened to a lot in general, like the original version, so it's hard for me to speak on the cover itself. I mean, if you like this style, I think it works pretty well. Some metalized rock and roll. I can dig it. Yeah, if that intrigues you, go listen to the whole thing by Blutzukker with Remedy. Then we have 8 Foot Manchild, another single here. Shrine of the Orange Sun. A little more doom. I like the name of this band. 8 Foot Manchild. Okay. Reminds me of some other stuff we listen to. Doom brass. A little bit of swing in there. Funk metal, genre bending, stoner rock. It's a good Scanners reference there too. I like the brass. Good incorporation. I really like this. Something different. Yeah, keep me up to date, 8 Foot Manchild. I like this a lot. I feel like you should collab with our other buddy we cover here quite a bit, who also does some stuff like this. Yeah, dig it. That's 8 Foot Manchild with Shrine of the Orange Sun. Alright, we've got The Fierce and the Dead with News from the Invisible World. Out of London. Based on this cover, I'm thinking progressive, but we'll see. Psychedelic and epic anthems. Or rock band. I like the production on this one too. Good songwriting. I like the dynamics I'm hearing already. A little use of effects is welcome too. I feel like people used to love using guitar effects and you just don't hear it as much anymore. That's what I loved about Incubus too, back in the day. Lots of switching it up between phaser, wah, reverb, delay. I have an effects pedal back behind the amp, and I'm ashamed that I've like barely used it. I just don't play as much anymore. At all, really. Yeah, just solid rock and roll. A touch of like Queens of the Stone Age in there too with some of these riffs. I definitely hear that UK sound influence in there too, though. Ooh, good transition there. This sounds really good. Like, it takes a lot for any sort of rock to wow me these days. But I'm really digging what I'm hearing here. Like, kind of all the things I miss about rock music on the radio. This is more like MGMT here, too. It's a good mix of, like, the entire 2000s. Yeah, very, very MGMT, which I also like them too. Sounds really cool. I dig this a lot. I'm intrigued and impressed. Y'all, I know most of y'all here more metal-headed minded, but check out The Fierce and the Dead, News from the Invisible World. Sounds like something we could use right now. Alright, we have Breaths with Floruit out of Virginia. Black and doomgazy post-metal. Also out July 21st. Another cool cover. Reminds me of like a overgrown like Mass Effect area. Boy, that was the trip going back and replaying those. Yeah, good mix of all the styles here, too. Very pretty. Yo, there's so much music right now. It's like, it's killing me, honestly. Like, it's so hard to keep up with everything. Like, this month, like, there haven't been a lot of big releases, but there's been a lot of, like, lower level, kind of underground stuff. And August is looking kind of crazy, too. With some tent poles coming too in August and September and death metal. Yeah, a little bit of some of the melodies remind me a bit of Phobonoid. No, not Phobonoid. That's the other one. The similar name. Is it Phobonoid? Astronoid. Astronoid is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, there's doomier elements. What's that doom? See, that doomgaze stuff I'm not as into, but you get into like the post-black kind of stuff. Yeah, production sounds great. I love the reverb on the vocals. You're really kind of building this whole space that I feel like I'm just like sticking my head into and listening. So yeah, another one, I don't really have feedback for this one. Sounds really kind of serene, but sad at the same time. That melancholic vibes. It's another solo project too. So that also makes it more impressive for something like this. Floruit means a period of flourishing. Very cool. So yeah, check out Breaths with Floruit. Then we have 7-7 with Lights Off. Very stark imagery here. I always tell people, match your album color scheme to your Bandcamp color scheme. It makes for a bit of an impact. It's an interesting logo too. What we got here? Ambient or rawness, atmosphere, and experiences. Yeah, ambient, dark ambient. It's very eerie. It's like something unsettling about this. Especially imagining sitting and listening to this for 7 minutes straight. Seems like it's pretty droning with some subtle variation, maybe. a shorter track here too. Yeah, very for you drone addicts out there, which I'm definitely not one of them, but I'll say good like thinking music, background music. Like this bass here, kind of buried in the mix. I'm by no means any sort of expert on drone and ambient, so that's why it's always hard for me to speak on something like this. This track seems kind of cool. We got a little bit more progression along the way. Yeah, you drone heads out there, let me know in the comments what you think of this one. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. Seems to sound good for what it is. Yeah, that's 7/7 with lights off. Here we have Molgah with Tales of Supernatural Misfortunes Volume 2. Typical deathcore logo. But black metal, death metal in the tags, thrash metal in the tags. I like the comic book quality of this cover. Good riffs. Ooh. Nice layered vocals there.
The subject is showing signs of extreme discomfort.
It's a little death clocky, really. This almost sounds like something that could be in a Metalocalypse episode. Oh, I think we covered Coffinborn in March, possibly. Last year. That cover looks familiar. Yeah, we definitely did. I feel like this is a pretty significant step up from what I remember from that, too. Production solid. I really like the riffs. Great dynamics. There's like a progressive slant to some of the songwriting. I really like that first track with the layered vocals. I'd be interested to hear more of that. But these big wailing guitar harmonies are cool too. Oh, here we go. There it is. I like the harsh and cleans layered together. Witch's Bell. Yeah, very it's Death Clock, which is good timing right now if you sell on that point, since they're coming out with new stuff. And honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about what the new vocals sound like, if that's going to be the whole album. So might be a good time to sneak in and be like, hey, if you guys like Death Clock, you should check out Molgah. That's what I would do anyways as a YouTube person. But yeah, Molgah, Tales of Supernatural Misfortunes, Volume 2. Then we have Wild Times back with Nefarious Instinct. Pretty sure we covered Wild Times before. Fun, kind of speed metal cover. They're out of Toledo, Ohio, or the label is. Not sure. Yeah, definitely punk metal, speed metal, Motorhead shit. But with a blackened vibe, so a little bit more like Venom too. Like those wailing. Always a good time. Foot tapping, good time stuff. I think I said before too, I feel like this would be a fun band to see live. Like those big toms on this one. Yeah, sounds great. Again, blackened anything's great. Blackened speed metal. Good stuff. Very classic vibes. Yeah, fun. D-beat infused. One of those things, though, where it's like, you play a couple seconds of it, and you've got the idea of the entire album. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you like those couple of seconds, then you probably did the right thing. Banger. Devil's Miscreant. Lust and Leather. Okay, I gotta hear that one. What else do I gotta say? If you hate fun, you'll hate this album. The rest of us, we're gonna have a good time. And that's Wild Times with Nefarious Instinct. Alright, we've got Ner'zhul with Chrysalide. Montreal, Quebec. Oh, black metal, sounds like maybe? Yep. Simple, effective. Sounds like we're going for that more depressive flavor. Yeah, I've said this before. I'm not as into the, like, miserable stuff, personally. Even though I love, like, miserable movies. Like, Requiem for a Dream, great. Great movie. Can't watch it all the time. Sounds good, though. I think the production works well for what it is. Definitely sounds like a mental breakdown. I appreciate that. Vocals might be a touch high. Like, I kind of appreciate that they're loud here, but I might, like, just a notch bring it down. Yeah, this is definitely, though, that more of that misery porn music that some of y'all out there just love. And so y'all down in the comments can check this out more. I like this artwork on the self-titled here. Yeah, what can I say that I haven't said before? I mean, I think as far as the target you're going for, you're hitting it. Maybe just tweak the levels slightly and just make sure it gets to the right audience. So you depressive black metal fans out there, spread the... Ooh, I like this bass part. That's cool. But anyways, yeah, spread the word of Ner'zhul. Then we have Synthetic Scum. Ooh, this is really loud. Why is that so much louder than everything else? Jesus. I had to turn that down.
You ask why.
What in the world? It's from Clinton, Michigan.
Don't engage left. Your prize will be left on dead here.
This is weird. I don't want to insult anyone, but this feels like a troll. Am I being trolled?
Right. Don't engage
Or is this just weird?
Your prize will be left on dead here.
What?
Eradicate the lotus.
Talk about vocals being loud. Yeah, these vocals are weird. This reminds me of, like, old YouTube. People would, like, re-upload songs, and then they'd purposely do really bad vocals, and it sounded a lot like this. So Synthetic Scum, if you're being serious, I apologize, but this is just out there. I don't know what else to say. What do you even have it tagged under? Black metal, cyberpunk, electronic, rap, noisecore. Also reminds me of Rock and Roll McDonald's. Come on. Hopefully I'm not the only one who remembers that. What was that, Wesley Willis? That was the talk of grade school. Yeah, this is wild. I don't even know what to say about it. Check out Synthetic Scum with the Burning Chrome EP. Alright, we have Mindfulness with some singles. I think they're working on some new stuff, but we'll start with Don't Forget to Wake Up. Say Buenos Aires, Argentina group. More black metal. Lots of black metal. Suddenly. Kind of a cool cover. Ooh, low res. Yeah, more of that kind of depressive sound, too. I'm realizing with this recording, not only has my shirt probably changed, I think I changed out my vinyl here. That's Morcara, by the way, who have been in previous episodes. They sent me 2 of their vinyl. I recommend them. Shout out. Yeah, more of that kind of atmospheric, very sad, mournful black metal. So we also have Don't Forget to Wake Up. A similar vibe. Again, like that's kind of my personal qualm with this music, is so much of it sounds so similar to me. Which, to be fair, other people would say about other genres that I do like. So it's just a personal taste thing. Again, I don't really have critiques for it. Like, I think production-wise, musically, the atmosphere is good. Like, all the elements seem like they're there. I'm just kind of an outsider when it comes to this. Yeah, that is Mindfulness. Check them out. Then we got Maze of Terror with Into the Jaws of Terror out of Portugal. I like the color scheme on this cover. Missed opportunity to match that color scheme here, I will say, on your Bandcamp page. It's close, but a little more blue would be nice. Oh, it's a Portugal label. I don't know for sure if it's a Portugal-based band. Oh, they're from Peru. Okay, name of Peru. Cool, kind of black and thrash metal. Yeah, black thrash. Love me some black thrash. It's just a 4-song EP. I like the kind of cavernous production. It's kind of leaning more into the black metal production, but the music is still pretty pure thrash metal. A little bit of like power trip vibe in there too. Musicianship's good. Yeah, no, y'all bringing me some good stuff where I don't have like a ton of extended feedback. Not sure about this guitar intro. Maybe if I'm being nitpicky, even the guitar tone could be messed with a little bit. This part kind of remind me of Abzu. Yeah, I don't know if it's just this track. The guitar feels like a little, just slightly too loud. I think a little reverb on it would be nice too, maybe. Yeah, overall, I like what I'm hearing here. I'm realizing this thing kind of looks like a really nasty, like a guinea pig that's gone rabid and, like, mutated. And lost all of its hair. It's a very guinea pig mouth. Yeah, sounds cool though. I'm always down for some black and thrash, one of my favorite subgenres. So yeah, Maze of Terror, Into the Jaws of Terror. We have Satan's Blade with Curse of the Blade. Boy, that's like a 2 in a row with the band name and title lining up.
Of Satan's
Oh.
Blade.
That sounds like a video game sample. Anybody out there? I'd be curious if that is. Old school heavy metal. Speed metal also in tags, and San Jose. Okay. Okay. A little bit of like Razor. Little Motorhead. We got the more like falsetto vocals. A little bit of early shoot, who am I thinking of? Well, anyways, I could name a bunch of bands, but yeah. Just some good old-fashioned kind of satanic speed metal. What a cool... The cover reminds me of a video game, too. Almost looks like a Daedra being stabbed in Skyrim. Oh, I like the little mouth on the sword, too. if that's what that is. Yeah, I like this too. Seems like a good back-to-back listen with that last one. The falsetto vocals have been growing on me slowly. I used to hate them, but they can be pretty fun. When they're done well. And I'd say these are done well, too. Great drumming, too. Drums might be a little loud in the mix. Maybe bring that kick down just a touch. Everything else, though, sounds really cool. Guitar riffs are great. All the performances are solid. Seems like it would be a hell of a time to see live, too. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I really like it. Would be interested in hearing more. So yeah, that is... Ooh. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah, Satan's Blade, Curse of the Blade. And we have Last Dying with Emptiness. Cool cover here. Very, like, 2000s looking cover. People love them black birds on their album covers in the 2000s. The slow starter, Argentina. Solo instrumental, okay. A little folky. Kind of reminds me of, like, Amon Amarth without the vocals. Created by musician and producer Guillermo de Bois in 2018. Solid atmosphere. Instrumental bands just tend to be a harder sell, unfortunately, but I do enjoy me some good instrumental when I'm in the mood. A little attitude in this one. Yeah, definitely picking up on those kind of folky vibes. This one has a little bit of a like toke kind of vibe to it too. Cool. Yeah, I'm liking what I'm hearing. It's a little opethy. Yeah, I'm down. I like what I'm hearing. Production sounds great, which makes sense considering you're a producer as well as a musician. Very clean, modern sounds. I like the drums. The cymbals feel like they could be a little... They could have a little bit more weight behind them. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Keep doing what you're doing. Get your music in front of people, and y'all out there listening, get the word out if you like what you're hearing. So that is Last Dying with Emptiness. We have Xavier Bossier with Starseeds 1. Out of France. French prog rock metal new age guitarist. Is this also going to be instrumental? It is. I didn't even plan this out, but we had some very like-minded bands kind of side by side today. They're cool. I like the proggier angle on this one too. Ooh. Nice heavy start there. Some interesting synth kind of stuff happening here. Seems like a talented player. Got some dynamics here too. Oh, like, you can see fans of like Dream Theater. A little bit of like BT Bam in there too. Very dramatic sounding. Sounds like it could almost be like a soundtrack for something. Video game, maybe? Especially with that synth stuff. I feel like the synth could be mixed with the guitar a little bit better. That feels like slightly, just ever so slightly off. But again, yeah, good performances overall, solid production. This is a little Coheed kind of feeling too. Touching on lots of things that I like, so yeah, I could definitely see getting down with this too. So yeah, that is Xavier Bossier with Starseeds 1. And then we have Cult of Sobek with Petsuchos, if I'm saying that right. It's out of Edinburgh, UK. We're going Doom here. 3-song EP. Death Doom, yeah. And a very simple cover, but it seems like it's conveying something. Looks like it's a painting, too. Yeah, just very plodding, deliberate, deathy doom metal. What can I say? Crocodilian doom, specifically. Okay. Interesting. Is all this stuff about crocodiles? Oh, look at that. Lord of the Crocodile. Man-Eater. There you go. I do love these bands with these little niche like topics they're picking up. Like sludge, like pizza death, even cannabis corpse. Those can be fun. I think it almost in a way like challenges you as a songwriter too, of like how do we keep like coming up with new creative ideas out of this one singular concept. Solid. I mean, as you all know, I'm not the biggest just straight doom listener. I think I could use a little bit more of like that's the little something something. But yeah, as far as music for nasty crocodiles eating people, it works. You doom metal fans, let me know what you think. So yeah, that is Cult of Sobek with Petsuchos. Alright, y'all, that's plenty for this month. Thank you, as always, for watching. Y'all are the real ones for watching these segments. They continue to be the least popular, but I love doing them every month, because anything I can do to get the word out on these smaller bands, appreciate it. I've got a whole playlist of these for every single month. Keep watching, subscribe if you're new here. I've got all sorts of other segments. I do videos twice a week, generally, sometimes more. But that'll do it for now. Flight of Icarus signing off, and I will see you in the trenches.